What's up, Glam fam? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a smoky look using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. Thanks to my cousin Denise for this beautiful palette. So starting right into it, I'm going to go ahead and apply my MAC Studio Fix foundation. I apply a thin layer and I work it out through my whole entire face. I don't like using it too much just because I have oily skin, so I don't like to be shiny throughout the day. When I apply my foundation, I make sure to blend it all under my jawline and down to my neck just to make sure I'm one color. Now grabbing my Wet n Wild concealer, I'm going to go ahead and cover all my dark circles or any blemishes or any acne, any pimples, anything that you can see. So I usually start off by drawing lines under both of my eyes and getting as close as possible as I can to my nose. And then I just grab a sponge and then just blend that right in. I also make sure I stay above my cheekbones and bring it all the way back towards my ear and hairline. Now I'm grabbing my eyebrow pomade from MAC in the color Dip Down. So the brush that I use to apply the color on my eyebrows is also from MAC, and it's a small angle brush number 208. So the way I do my eyebrows is I start the outline first. So I do the bottom line and then I do the top line, and then I just start shading in my eyebrows. Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Doing my eyebrows is probably the hardest part about doing my makeup, only because I do have a scar on my right eyebrow, which means I have to put more color on my right eyebrow just to try to cover it. But I try my best to go back and try to lighten it up with a spoolie, and just so you guys won't be able to tell, but if you can see here, I struggle a lot with this eyebrow. That's why it looks darker than the other one, but like I said, I always try my best just to go over it a couple of times and lighten it up just so it won't look so dramatic. So like I mentioned, once I'm done with my eyebrows, I do grab a spoolie just to blend them in, brush them up, and make them look more natural. So the next step that I do is I grab a flat brush from Morphe, which I always use to clean up my eyebrows. I either use foundation or I use concealer to clean them up. So I start off by doing the bottom and then doing the top of each eyebrow. Sometimes I do have to go over them a couple of times because I do them too thin or one's thicker than the other. So like I mentioned, this is one of my biggest struggles. So sometimes even after I'm done cleaning them up, I do have to go over them again with my pomade and either thicken them out, or if I missed a spot or just I need to fix something, I just go right back in and do them again, and then just try my best to clean them up again. When I finally get my eyebrows to where I want them to be, I just go ahead and grab a blending sponge and then just clean off any foundation or concealer. So next I just grab my Studio Fix powder from MAC. Of course, this is one of my favorite. Mine is always in the color C4. It's always been my color since high school. Whether I tan or not, it always seems to blend right in, and it gives me like this good matte finish that I love. And yes, no matter what look I'm doing, I always use this powder. This is like my to-go-to. This is my everything. So the next thing I grab is my translucent powder. I apply some under my eye whenever I'm doing any dark or bright or any messy eyeshadow. That way I can catch any loose powder that falls from my eyes, and I can just brush it off at the end. So finally, going into the eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and grab the color Burnt Orange, and that's going to be my base color, which I'm going to apply all over my eye and a little bit over the brow bone. So guys, when you're using this palette, if you dab a little bit color, it goes a long way. Trust me, this is such a great formula. I was amazed. Like, I kind of like grabbed a little bit too much, if you can see the powder there flying, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I didn't even have to go over the color once or twice. It was just with one, I was good to go. Alright you guys, so for the second shade, I went ahead and picked out Mulberry, which is like a reddish brownish color. It's really pretty, and of course I am using the brush that came with the palette, and I'm really happy that it came with a small brush since I have really small eyes. So then just working my way around my crease, I start from the outer corner and work my way in. And when I tell you guys that this palette formula is amazing, like look at this. I did like one swatch and I'm still working on that one eye just with that. I didn't have to go back and get more color, and it's coming out beautiful. Like, I love it. And then once I get it to the desired shade, I go ahead and do my other eye, and like I always do, start off in the outer corner and work my way in. Guys, just look how good this is. That was just one, and look how good that looks. I'm not even bragging, but this palette's amazing. So finishing up my left eye, I'm gonna go ahead and take the other side of the brush and dip it into Rustic. We're gonna go ahead and use that color over our last color to go ahead and blend and buff out the edge. So taking that same brush, I'm going to go ahead and dip into the color Cypress Umber and then work the outer corner of my eye and then just bring it into the crease on both sides. So after doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and take that same brush with the same color, and to give it that shadowy look, we're going to go ahead and bring the color down, and like I mentioned, we're just going to go ahead and do the same like we did on top and just go halfway. Because I do have small eyes, I love to bring the color down under my waterline, because it gives it like an illusion of like bigger eyes. I don't know, I mean, maybe to me, not to others, but to me, I feel like it makes my eyes look bigger than what they are. Okay, so what I do is that I like to go back and make sure all the colors are blended in as nicely as possible. Just making sure there's no crease, no patches, no lines, because it's all in the blending. Like, if you don't blend that color in, it doesn't look as good, you know? You feel me? Alright you guys, so grabbing a smaller brush and dipping into the color Glistening, we're going to go ahead and use that color to highlight the inner corner of the eyes, and then of course we are going to bring it down halfway under the eye, but not crossing over the brown color that we also applied under the eye. I'm gonna take it to my left eye and do the same on that side, and of course we're gonna go ahead and put some under the eyebrow to highlight the eyebrow bone and give it that final touch. So after adding the highlight in my eye, I'm going to go ahead and get a blending brush and just make sure it's buffed and blended into the eyeshadow so you don't see any lines. Alright, we're going to go ahead and finish up the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my pencil eyeliner from Smashbox and apply it on my upper waterline, and then grab my liquid eyeliner and apply it. I'm going to go ahead and do like a thin line. I'm not going to do a thick one today because I am going to apply the lashes. So eyeliner is not too much of a struggle for me because I do have small eyes, but I mean, it does take practice too. Like I've mentioned before in my other videos, I love using the eyeliner stiletto from Maybelline, only because the application brush on it is not too thick and not too thin, and it just glides and it stays on, and it's a matte finish, and I just love it. But here I am using, I believe it's the Wet n Wild eyeliner too. I couldn't find some of my makeup because I have like 2 makeup boxes, so sometimes I just run into Walgreens and grab whatever I can. Okay, so here I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara before applying my lashes. It's always good to add mascara before you apply your lashes just so they can blend in better. So let me see. Okay, so I was looking for the name for my mascara. The mascara that I am using is called Great Lash from Maybelline. Alright you guys, and the eyelashes I'll be using today are from Eylure London. I believe it's called Look Silk. I already trimmed them to the size of my eyes because obviously the ones that come in the box are way too long for my little eyes. So it was 3 in a pack. I got them for about 15 bucks at Ulta Beauty. Alright, now that I have both eyelashes on, I go ahead and go over them with the same mascara that I used before, just to make sure they blend in with my natural eyelashes. Alright you guys, using the Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette from MAC, I'm going to go ahead and take the darkest brown on there and then go ahead and use that under my cheekbones. Using that same shade on that palette with a smaller brush, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. Alright, just finishing up my nose here, I'm going to go ahead and reach for that bigger brush that we're using before, just to add some color on my forehead, bring it down, and give it some more color and contour. Now grabbing a blending sponge, I'm going to go ahead and add the highlight. I am using the middle shade, and I am going to bring that above my jawbone as well, just to give it a more defined look. Alright, grabbing my blending brush, I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything in together. Now grabbing a bronze blush from MAC. I don't remember the color, and the sticker peeled off, so I can't really tell you guys the color that it is, but just grab any bronze color from any of your favorite makeup lines and it would work. And then of course for my highlight, this is my ultimate favorite and it's from Juvia's Place. I'm gonna go ahead and get my highlight brush and work above my cheekbones on both sides, and then I also do my upper lip, and then after my upper lip I do my chin, nose, and forehead. And yes, I do go crazy with the highlight. I don't think there's such thing as too much highlight, because your girl want to shine bright like a diamond. Ayy. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my MAC lipstick in the shade Kind of Sexy. Yes, that's what it's called, kind of sexy, and then just apply it by itself. No lip gloss, no lip liner, just keeping it simple. And last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Morphe setting spray and apply that to my face. Alright you guys, here is the final look. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And again, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace.